Hello again, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing a super easy recipe with you guys. It's going to be a baked potato soup. This soup is absolutely fantastic. If you guys like simple and delicious recipes like this one, hit that subscribe button below. And to get started, we are just going to use 4 russet potatoes, 4 garlic cloves, a half of a large yellow onion, 2 tablespoons of bacon grease, 4 tablespoons of salted butter, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, plus 4 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of parsley and a half a teaspoon each, garlic pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, 1 bay leaf, kosher salt and fresh cracked pepper, 3 cups of whole milk, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and for the toppings I'm using cheddar cheese, scallions, crispy bacon, and sour cream. So we're just going to start out with our onion. We just want to cut it into a nice fine dice. I'm going to start out by cutting it into small strips and then running the knife through the other way to create a nice little dice for us. I've just added my butter into my pot and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. I just so happen to have this on hand from cooking the bacon for the topping, but if you guys are going to use like a pre-crumbled bacon or something like that, you could definitely substitute this for olive oil or just add 2 more tablespoons of butter. So we're going to get all of our onions into the pan. We're just going to season the onions with a tiny bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to crack my garlic. Crushing the garlic this way is a great way to get the skins off super easily. If you guys are using a pre-minced garlic or a garlic paste, use about a tablespoon. We're going to add that into the pot with the onions, and now the aromatics have started and the house smells absolutely great. And we're just going to start with our potatoes. Whenever you guys are cutting potatoes, cut one side off so that you have a flat edge and lay it down so that it makes it easier for you to cut your potatoes. They can be slippery and roll around a lot, and so it's pretty easy to cut yourself when you're cutting a potato. So this is a really good way to help prevent that. We're just going to cut these into nice big pieces. I'm going to boil these potatoes down, and I want my soup to be a little bit chunky, so if some of the pieces are small and some are big, that's actually going to be okay. We're not using a thickening agent in this soup today, so the thickening agent is actually going to be the potatoes themselves. So now I'm just adding in all of our spices into our onions and garlic, along with our bay leaf, and then 4 cups of water. I'm going to turn that to high, add in my chicken bouillon, and then I'm just going to finish cutting up my potatoes. So like I was saying, the potatoes themselves are going to be what thickens this soup. Potatoes are very starchy, and starch is what thickens things, sauces and things like that. And so that's why we use flour and cornstarch to create the roux that thickens soups. But by keeping these potatoes, some of them big like this, some of them are going to stay nice and chunky, so we're going to have a chunkier soup. So as soon as the water starts to boil, you just want to add your potatoes in. These are only going to take about 15 minutes to cook all the way. So just bring that back up to a boil, test your broth and make sure it's seasoned enough. You want this to be a little bit overly salty because a lot of that flavor is going to go into the potatoes, which are completely bland at this point. And just a little bit of pepper. Just mix everything up and let it come to a boil. And then turn it down to about a medium high and just let that simmer for, like I said, about 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and grate my cheese. I've been using blocks of cheese a lot lately instead of buying pre-shredded cheese, and what I have noticed is that 1, it's a lot cheaper to buy cheese this way, and 2, the cheese just tastes a lot better. There is a coating that they put onto shredded cheese to keep it from sticking together, And so I think that the cheese just tastes much better like this. So, and you can see how nice it looks. The scallions, they look really nice, and my bacon is really crunchy. I almost burnt this bacon, which is actually the way that I wanted it, because I wanted it to be really crunchy. And what is a baked potato without sour cream, of course? So once your potatoes get to this point where they're kind of falling apart a little bit, this is exactly what you want to see. So just test it with your knife. If the potato cuts pretty easily, then you're ready to get mashing. If you guys have an immersion blender, you could definitely use that in this situation. I wouldn't completely mash all of the potatoes. I prefer a chunkier potato soup, but you certainly could, if that's what you wanted to do, you could mash them all the way up. So you can see I've just kind of worked it out, and then we're just going to add in our then we're going to add in our whole milk and our heavy cream. That was all mixed together in the same container. And then I'm just going to mash a little bit longer, just to be sure that everything is the way that I want it. And then I'm going to bring that back up to a boil, turn it off completely once it hits a boil. And you can see the potatoes kind of stick to the bottom. Just go ahead and stir those in so it's all combined again. Mix it up really well. And then you're ready to serve. Let the soup sit for about 5 minutes before serving, and it will reach its full thickening ability. And then to serve, you just ladle some of your soup in a bowl, however much you want. Top it with some sharp cheddar cheese or any cheese of your choice. We're going to crumble on our bacon. You guys could definitely cook the bacon in the soup. Just add it at the same time. Just add it before you add your onions, and then go ahead and cook the onions and garlic in the bacon and just keep it in the whole time. But I really like it on the top like this. I like it to be nice and crunchy. So there it is. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's tasty, it's better than a baked potato, and you guys are going to absolutely love this dish. If you guys like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. And thank you so much, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and much love to all of you.